Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's episode of Citadel Search's Coffee Chat, a series where we invite industry experts to come down and share their opinions and experiences on the latest business trends. Today, we're going to discuss the current challenges facing the HR industry. With the withdrawal of the job support scheme, what do you think are the possible implications to many organizations?
I believe that many organizations will be impacted with this change. Some will be more affected adversely than others. So if the organization has taken the opportunity in the last 9 months to actually reinvent itself, to maybe invest in areas of learning and development, and also in areas where they can adopt technologies, I believe these organizations will be more adaptable to the changes ahead and maybe be able to keep their operations going for the longer run.
Cindy, do you have any comments?
A lot of organizations have taken this period to pivot. For example, like SIA, pivoting to offer the A380 experience at Changi. Fitness companies have also realized they don't need so much real estate. In fact, their workouts all can be done at home leveraging on online technology. And even stores now expand digitally to not just depend on a brick and mortar business. So I think organizations who have done that pivoting would certainly emerge stronger from this whole COVID experience.
Very obvious that in these challenging times especially, the government has come up with all these initiatives and grants to support organizations. So from the HR perspective, how can organizations leverage on government initiatives?
For the government initiatives, I think definitely it's targeted at helping companies to lower the cost of hiring, as well as helping individuals to find employment. So in the industries, there are definitely areas where there are growth areas, and I think such industries need to expedite their hiring in order to enjoy the job growth incentive that is offered by the government for the hiring of locals and PRs.
So Cindy, do you have anything to add to Grace's comments?
Yes, the job growth incentive is certainly one great employment stimulus by the government, where employers get to enjoy the incentive of hiring locals, which is defined as Singaporeans and PR. So any locals that is hired, you will get to enjoy the incentive. And the criteria is that you must keep your baseline of employees, and anyone that you hire, locals who are 40 years and above, would be a salary support of 50%, and below that, below 40 years old, would be 25%. So that percentage of support is over the period of 12 months, and that's really a very hefty support given by the government. These schemes are very useful, and it has made employees who are retrenched very attractive now to hire, because the salary support is quite tremendous. Yeah.
It's obvious that the government recognizes the challenges in employment right now facing the industry, and that's why they came up with all these schemes to help companies. So Grace, as a HR professional, can you comment on the challenges facing HR right now in terms of talent acquisition especially?
For certain industries, I think in the area of digital and cyber, right, talent is definitely very scarce, and then I do foresee a talent war heating up in those industries. So at the same time, there could be a lack of talent or such talents in the local market. So I think the HR would need to think about ways and alternatives to address this gap. I would think one alternative is to look at remote hiring.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I think remote hiring is certainly one initiative and alternative for employers to hire and base their individuals at their local countries. I think it was quite recently one of the ministers, I think it was Chan Chun Sing, who shared that the employment scene and challenge is actually not just within the country, it's actually outside.
Right.
And in fact, he described the global workplace as the scenario of which employees should now contend with. So therefore, employers now can hire people overseas and not just depend on the local hire. And this could be one way that we can plug the gap. However, finding these talents may be quite difficult. So I will encourage employers who are looking at this alternative to depend on Citadel Search as one possible partner to help you in finding niche talents. That's one. And you also can outsource your recruitment to us. That's the second. And the third one is to leverage on the managed employee service solution by Citadel Search, which will mean that you can park your employees with Citadel Search and we become your employer of these remote hires. However, having said that, it is an alternative solution. We certainly will look into our local talents being the primary source first.
Now, COVID has changed the way we work and probably accelerated the pace of change. So how can organizations prepare themselves for the future of work?
Remote working, right, would definitely be something that would be here to stay. Organizations would need to embrace that.
Right.
At the same time, to strike a balance, to bring their employees back to office in a physical manner, to facilitate collaboration as well as team building, etc. So I think the other important area for managers to actually look out for is to think about how you should be leading and engaging your individual staff as well as on a team basis in this remote working setting. Yeah.
Yes, I think employee engagement certainly has to be one of the top agendas going forward, to look at both mental health of employees and also how we can leverage and empower employees to work collaboratively in interesting new norm where people are working from home and also people who are working in office. How can we all collaborate more effectively? I think the agenda for HR therefore is how best we can harness the talents, and that would be one of the key things that HR needs to do.
Well, thank you so much, Cindy and Grace, for sharing your time with us today in today's episode of Citadel Search's Coffee Chat. And for all of you viewers out there, if you want more information about how Citadel can help your organization today, visit www.citadelsearch.com.sg. We'll see you next time.